Hey guys, you ready for the surprise? Why did I do that? Hi guys, this is Jazz from Caitlin and Jazz Books, and today I thought I would just talk about the books I've been reading recently, which isn't a lot, and it's kind of my fault. I am in a bit of a reading slump. I don't know whether it's because the books I've been reading have been really like complicated and full on, or whether I just haven't really mused with a book yet, I don't know, but I'm not really feeling it at the moment, and I hate it, I really do. I want to get back into reading. If you have any recommendations which help you get out of reading slumps, please comment them below, because I'm desperate to find a book that I can like just read and feel happy with. Let's talk about what I've been reading lately. So this first book, if you've been following this channel and just my videos in general, you'll know that this will really not come as any surprise to you, because this lady is one of my great inspirations, and I love her so much. So when her book came out, of course I bought it, and that is of course Emma Blackery, Feel Good 101. Oh my god, where to start? This book was amazing. I know it's like so typical for if you're a fan of someone and they come out with a book, it's just like, oh my god, they're just trying to get more money, oh my god, I better buy this book, you know? But it wasn't like that at all, and let me explain why. So Emma Blackery, as many of you may know, is a YouTuber. She's got just over 1 million subscribers, and she is one of my favourite people in the world right now. I love her so much. This is kind of like an autobiography, which is kind of ironic seeing she's only like 23. But it was just so good, and the way she wrote it, it was very colloquialistic, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I just mean that I could hear her voice when I was reading it, and I love that, because a lot of the time you feel like it's been, if you read books by certain people, you may think, is this a ghostwriter? They haven't really captured their own personality, if that makes sense. Emma Blackery has been completely true to herself throughout this entire book, and it's just been so honest and sincere, and honestly, at certain points in this book, I wanted to cry, both with laughter and with sadness, because it was such an emotional roller coaster of a journey. I just can't accentuate enough how much I loved this book. I was skeptical when picking this up because of the whole YouTuber books thing, but this is brilliant. It tells a lot of her stories from her childhood. The whole point of this book is to help others going through the same problems as her. It's kind of like the book she wished she had when she was sort of my age, if that makes sense. And to be honest, I feel like I didn't realise I needed this book until I had it, because her videos have been helping me for years through lots of stuff, and it just kind of put into words how I felt in certain situations, and I definitely identify with a lot of what she said in this book, and it spoke to me on a spiritual level. But absolutely love this book. Would recommend to anyone, whether you like her videos or not. She is a bit rude, but you've come to expect that from Emma Blackery. She's brilliant, she's blooming brilliant, and I love her, so please read this book. Can't remember if I talked about this book already, but we're just going to talk about it. I can't remember if this was even this month. I've not read a lot this month at all because of this stupid reading slump. Sleeper by J.D. Fennell, and it's kind of like a war historical sci-fi action thriller, and if that sounds like a lot, it's because it is. My neighbour actually gave this to me because she knows the author J.D. Fennell, and to Jasmine, and he signed it, which was really, really nice of him and my neighbour. Thank you, neighbour. I think I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. I might have given it 4, but I'm just going to say 3.5 because I'm not sure. I did quite enjoy this book. As you can see, it's not very long, it's about 200 pages, and the text is kind of small. It's like, but this is about, wait, what was the guy called? It's called Will, and he is a double agent for the government, and he's spying on this organisation, trying to find this book which will lead to these important objects which will ultimately destroy the earth if they are found by the wrong people. And unfortunately, the wrong people have been looking for it. And on, like, this all happens in the first chapter, so this isn't really spoilers if I'm honest. But he encounters these people, and he is knocked unconscious, and when he wakes up he can't remember who he is. All these people are trying to kill him and he doesn't know why. And that's kind of a problem I have with this book. If someone has amnesia and they don't remember it, I don't want to know what actually happened, if that makes sense, because you see his life before he can't remember anything. Whereas if a character has amnesia, I kind of want to experience that with them. I want to like find out what's going on as it happens. Do you get what I mean? Some of it was like, the romance was a bit forced, I have to say, and I felt like it was kind of unnecessary, and I kind of thought he was going to end up with someone else for a couple of chapters, and then something happened and I was like, oh well. But it was quite well written. I did like it. It did leave a cliffhanger at the end, and I probably won't buy the next one if I'm completely honest, but that's only because, I don't know, I just felt like it happened right at the end just so there could be a sequel. But it was a good book. If you're into sort of historical thriller fiction, then this is definitely for you. It's even got a kind of sci-fi element to it, so yeah, it's a kind of a book for everyone. So the next book it's not something that I thought I would enjoy, but now I've read, it's probably one of the best books I've read this year, even though it's taken me about 2 months to finish reading it. And that is A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. I'm doing this for school next year, but because I've heard that it's such a complicated book to read, I started reading it now. And what I have been doing, because he uses a lot of esoteric language, so he's made up his own language for it. Ooh, bookmark, no, don't fall! I kind of wrote all the translations on top of the words that I just got all this weird language in. Oh, and there's not really any examples on that page, but this page there is. It's grim, I'm not going to lie, it is so grim, and the way that he uses this sort of new language he invented makes it even more poignant. It's kind of disguising what's happening and sort of hiding behind a mask. Because the main character thinks that he's completely innocent when doing all these horrible things such as rape, violence, just horrible things which I can't even imagine, but it's written so cleverly that you're kind of gripped by the horror of everything. It's very psychological, I would say. If you're an English nerd like me, you're probably gonna love it. So this follows a boy who is 15, which I was so shocked by when I found this out, because that means they're younger than me, like what? And his droogs or friends, and at night they come out and do all these horrible things to different people for no reason other than their own enjoyment and greed, and one of them gets caught because of a disagreement that they have, which is Alex, and he's subjected to this conditioning to try and make him a better person, and it makes you question like who's really in the wrong in this book, and it's just got a lot of moral dilemmas, and by the end of it you don't even really feel sorry for the main character. I certainly don't. I didn't from the beginning, purely because how can you after the things they've done? But it really plays with your head. It's a good bad book. It's a bad good book. If you have a lot of time on your hands to do what I've done and write on top of it, I definitely recommend it because it makes it easier to read. I love this book. I just hope school doesn't ruin it. I was trying to read this book and A Clockwork Orange at the same time. Didn't really work. I just carried on reading Clockwork Orange because that's the one that I was enjoying more at the time. And that is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. Everyone and anyone has recommended this book to me at some point, saying that it's amazing, if you read one book this year, make sure it's this one, all those sort of cheesy slogans. And I did, eventually. It's okay so far. How much have I read? 25 pages. It's basically a place where you can hear everybody's thoughts, and then this boy finds one place in this world where there is complete and utter silence, and he finds this so astounding, and it's interesting. But the thing is, the whole blurb is talking about the thing that happens in the first 2 pages, so I don't really know what story they can create from that. Let me know if you enjoy this book. I will be reading it, but I think this is what maybe put me in this slump in the first place, so I don't know. As you can see guys, I've not been reading a lot this month. It is my fault, I'm not even gonna hide it. Just reading slumps, they suck. I just have a mentality at the moment where I'm just like, reading, haha, why not just do something else, like watch a new episode of Orange is the New Black, ha ha ha. By the way, started watching it. Brilliant, I love it already, so good. Let me know if you watch it and who your favourite character is. Mine is Nikki. End of. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe because it's free, and someone will see you soon. Bye guys!